have your attention very, very briefly for a couple of minutes.
Quiet on the set.
And then we will
Cameras rolling.
get you right back to your New Year's Eve festivities. For starters, once they start seeing people congregate, they'll come in. For starters, I want. No.
Watch the fridge so you don't want to hurt the television, right?
No, we'll be okay.
Hear ye!
Morano.
We'll be okay. All right. We're going to be very brief.
You just got to come right here. Nice job, Frank Morano. Frank Morano.
For starters,
Quiet, please.
I want to congratulate everybody in this room for doing something that many people who aren't here have not been able to do, to realize that New Year's Eve is not a typo or a misprint, and that you're actually here on the day that you're supposed to be here. So a lot of other folks have made that mistake, and a lot of other folks are not here because they're going to be here tomorrow. So I want to congratulate all of you for that. Now, there's a couple people that I want to acknowledge, but very briefly, last year, on his penultimate day in office, the former mayor of Atlantic City, Don Guardian, who was here before, many of you hopefully met him, he was kind enough to join us, and we honored him for his contributions to Atlantic City. This year, we decided to honor someone who decided to spend millions of dollars purchasing a failed casino, in spite of the fact that he'd never been to Atlantic City. And when people told him he was crazy, people said, all right, at the very least, I'll probably get honored at Frank Morano's New Year's Eve soiree in Brigantine, which a lot of people don't realize. Brigantine, which is technically where we are now, for 10 years was called East Atlantic City, and to me it will always be East Atlantic City. So, Bruce Dyfek is not here, for starters because he thought this was tomorrow, and two, because his wife just flew in from Colorado, and she's keeping him pretty busy. Those of you that have had wives fly in from elsewhere realize that when you tell them you're going to a wine and cheese party, okay. So to accept this honoring, which is just as well, because we didn't have time to make up a plaque, on his behalf is a real tremendous Atlantic City character in his own right, a guy that's a very, very good friend of mine, and I would not go into any establishment in Atlantic City unless it was AC Mike approved.
AC Mike.
So I want to welcome AC Mike and ask you to say
Wow. So, that's some sort of introduction there. I'll pay him later, of course, if you heard that. And I really am. We're in Atlantic City, East Atlantic City, and I will pay him later. But no, thank you, Frank. And I did think it was a typo. I thought it was when I got it. I was like, listen, first of all, it was 19 pages long. I'm like, if you know me, with my ADD, I'm all over the place. So it took me about 2 weeks. I'm glad I got it a couple months in advance. Love Atlantic City. I'm so happy to see each and every one of you. I didn't know what I was going to see here. I thought, Frank, what are we going to do? A couple, 2, 3 people over here? This is awesome. You're all here. Have a great time. If anybody, and I mean this, and he knows it when I say this, needs to know anything about Atlantic City, about Brigantine, about anything around here, let me know. And if I don't know, we'll get somebody who does know and help you out and make your stay better, more positive hospitality, so you come back again and tell your friends. So,
AC Mike.
And they're not paying me to say this. Bruce, real quickly, he mentioned 2 great guys who happen to be friends of mine. Don Guardian, met him on the boardwalk picking up trash while he was a Special Improvement Division director, 7 o'clock in the morning. That was it. Great job, guy. To him, that's Don. And then we became fast friends, worked on his campaign, and, you know, whatever happened, happened. Don is still the mayor of the city. You know, he has a feel. He has a generosity. You know, he's genuine. He's for real, and he's a bright man, and can tell a story. So, and Bruce Dyfek, he's the one you're honoring. Amazing guy. Became friends with him. Same sort of way. Walking around his building, he's picking up trash at Ocean at about 6:30 in the morning, getting a cup of coffee, hanging out. Hey, how are you? I knew his picture. One thing I'll do is I'll find your picture and I'll find out who you are, what you do, and if it's any way to network, we network. And it was Bruce Dyfek. It happened to be him. Wonderful man, family man. When he says the Ocean family, and you'll see it tonight, those of you who are going there, it's the Ocean family. The people know him. I'll tell a quick story. Got to meet him with Dave Damiani.
Dave's here, by the way. I'm here.
Yeah, so got to meet him before his first show sometime in June. before the building opened, and we're sitting at Cafe 500, the three of us, very early in the morning. We do everything early, and there's probably 6, 7 different workers, waitresses, waiters, bus people, and whatnot, walking by as we're sitting grabbing our eggs and whatnot. And every one of them, Bruce knew, or they knew Bruce. Hey, Mr. Bruce. So right there, that put me back. Here's a billionaire. Here's a guy who buys us $2.4 billion for a good deal, $250 million, 200 other properties, not just houses, properties, and he knows these people by first name, or they know him. So that's the type of guy he is, and that's how we're blessed in Atlantic City, Atlantic County, and New Jersey to have a guy like that here. It's
All right.
So that's it for me.
We'll see you later.
Frank, take care.
Thank you, brother. All right, a little bit later, not now. We're gonna give away our surprise honoree of the Pinky Kravitz Memorial Award. That we're gonna do that at dinner. A couple of quick people that I want to acknowledge. Fortunately, the current mayor of Atlantic City was not able to be here today. Because he's currently in the midst of a federal criminal investigation. So he's certainly not here.
No excuse.
Exactly. There's a lot of very good attorneys here that would be happy to take his business. A couple of people I want to acknowledge a very good friend of mine and one of those very distinguished criminal defense attorneys that you might have seen on cable news or elsewhere, Arthur Aidala. If you're planning to kill someone, he's your man. He's your man. AC Mike alluded to Dave Damiani. Dave Damiani is here today with the lovely and talented Rachel, another Rachel. Dave is an absolutely phenomenal singer. He's not just a great singer, though. He's an incredible showman. And he is someone who has just been incredible, even though he's not from here, as an ambassador for Atlantic City. And if you ever have the opportunity to see him perform, I got a chance to see him perform with Bobby Rydell on Friday, and he was absolutely extraordinary. And so please make an effort to see Dave Damiani in the No Vacancy Orchestra. If you're ever at the Irish Pub, his song, Pure AC, is the official anthem of Atlantic City. It's on the jukebox, number 901 on the jukebox. And we're continuing the tradition that we began last year of politicians on their penultimate day in office being here. And last year was Don Guardian. This year we have another terrific public official that I've had the opportunity to know for about 15 years. He'll be out of office for 2 days, and that is a real sad thing for the people of Staten Island, Brooklyn. Congressman Dan Donovan is here. Along with his beautiful fiancée, Serena. And he's doing the thing that you do when you lose elections. He's growing a beard, so we wish you the best. And JFK, I'm sorry about your election loss. I want to acknowledge my friend Anthony Magliacca, who I've known since the 6th grade. He is my oldest friend here, slightly edging out JFK. So Anthony and Katie, thank you very much for being here. And penultimately, I want to mention my 3 siblings, Nicholas, Claudia, and Alexander. Nicholas, Claudia, and Alexander. This is the first time I've ever been in Atlantic City with the 3 of them over the age of 21. So, last but certainly not least, I absolutely have to acknowledge a woman who has the patience of a queen, puts up with far more than she should. I want to acknowledge and thank my longtime companion, Rachel O'Brien. So much of what you see here today has been due to her incredible hard work. And a lot of you, have taken issue, with the term longtime companion. And I think you're actually right. So, Rachel,
here we go, baby.
I'd actually like to ask you to be my wife.
wait, Rachel, what were you just telling me about his horrible habits in the kitchen? You just tell him.
You don't have to.
I love this man.
Let's see the ring. Let's see the ring.
Oh, I got it.
Guys, I would just ask everybody if you could, before posting any of this on social media, give us about an hour to inform family members that aren't here.
Too late on his Facebook Live.
All right, okay. All right. Everybody else, there will be a bus outside in about 5 minutes to take everyone to the Ocean Resort.
Wait a second.
It's only $4. Okay, he's here. All right, bus is here.
Oh my God, this is gorgeous!
Congratulations, Rachel.
I had a feeling, and I'm recording.
You know what? I do. When he started going,
Where's it going, pal?
I will give it to you.
Oh my God, Rachel, we love you!
Thank you. Thank you.
Documentary that he hangs out with. I highlight the best spot.
Good. Got the photos? I should have gave you my phone. I should have gave you my phone. I'm so happy.
Alright, let's
I'm just gonna smack your line. There we go.
right there.
I'm going
I couldn't see you.
She's like, I don't think so. And then she goes, yes!
The only thing Donovan said is, did she say yes?
And she wants to say yes.
What are you going to do that for about 2 weeks of programming?
Shine her, look at that. Would you expect anything less?